Look at my hair, it's been crazy. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about being crabs. Like little crabs who crawl around, me. Because there is this really spectacular analogy, and it's, I guess you can say, like, the phrase that it's known for is like crabs in a bucket, or having like a crab mentality. And I want to read to you what Wikipedia says about this, and then I explain it a little bit. The crab mentality, sometimes referred to crabs in a bucket, is a way of thinking best described as, if I can't have it, then you can't have it. The metaphor refers to a bucket or like a pot of crabs, like if crabs are in a big bucket. Individually, like that crab can crawl out of the bucket. If a bunch of crabs are in a bucket, they can crawl up the walls and climb out of the bucket. However, even though they can easily escape, this is what Wikipedia says, instead they grab each other out of useless king of the hill competition, which prevents any of them from escaping, and it ensures their collective demise. So what it means is it ensures that they will all remain in the bucket. Why? Because of the king of the hill mentality, the if I can't have it, you can't have it. In human behavior, let's take it a step further. Follow me here. In human behavior, it's claimed that members of a group, let's say you with your team, let's say you with a bunch of coaches on your team, let's say you and your success partners, if you negate or diminish the importance of a member to achieve success, or if you take away the celebration of their success because you yourself haven't yet achieved that, you're having a crab mentality because you, out of envy, spite, conspiracy, or competition, are halting their progress. Now, I say this because it's dangerous and it's kind of sly. Like, you won't really notice it, but I don't want anyone ever to have that crab mentality. I want us all to celebrate. I want us all to push each other out of the buckets. I want us all to recognize the strength that we have when one person succeeds. So let's get out of a comparison trap. Let's not be crabs, because what that means, like, literally what happens here is that when crabs are stuck in a pot, in a bucket, or even a net, if one of those crabs try to crawl out and get to, let's say, the next level, then the other crabs in that pot, bucket, net start pulling down the crab so much so that they rip off his claws, that they damage him, that they hurt him. What can that look like in your coaching business? That could be things like if somebody is saying, okay, I'm gonna work out 7 days a week this week, and I'm gonna do 20 invites a day instead of 10 or instead of 5. If your response to that person who is going like gung-ho is, oh, well, sure, I know you would. Okay, well, that's you, not me, or good for you, goody two-shoes. Like, if you're bullying somebody because they're trying to get to the next level, then you're being a crab. If somebody is celebrating the fact that they just had a really big income week, or if they're celebrating the fact that they helped one of their coaches hit Success Club, but you yourself don't have anybody in your team hit Success Club, if you, in spite, throw something negative out there like, well, I can't ever get anyone on my team to hit Success Club, you're taking away their joy, their celebration, their success, and you're kind of being a bully. Like, if your response to somebody's excitement is negativity, then you're being a bully. You're taking away the wind in their sails, and I know no one would ever want to intentionally do that. I don't think that this is anything intentional that we do. I just think that it's unconscious sometimes that I want us to work on, because I don't want any of us to hold anybody back. I want you to know that if you're going to go full throttle in this business, if you're going to be a business builder, if you're going to do every single thing you can to reach your business goals and reach your income goals, I know that you can do it. I know that you can do it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Don't let anyone slow you down, and don't let anyone tell you that what you're doing is too much, too soon, too complicated, too overwhelming, too risky, because you need to trust your gut and go for it. I'm going to give you an example of how I was bullied in the past. So I know that sometimes I tend to complicate my brain, like my brain tends to complicate processes until I can simplify it and boil it down into simple steps. And so early in my Beachbody career, when I was like going strong, like coming up with all these mailers, writing this blog, doing a newsletter every single week, making these YouTube videos, I was just like throwing spaghetti at the walls to see what would stick in my business. Why? Because I was excited and I had the energy and momentum and drive to do it. However, I had some crabs unknowingly in my life that were saying, you're doing too much. I can't keep up. That's not duplicatable. I can't do this. Stop, stop, stop. Slow down. And my response was, you're right. I gotta slow down so people can keep up with me. I can't go faster than they're going, because then it won't be duplicatable, because then it will be too complicated. And it just made me feel bad, like I was leaving somebody behind. But that slowed me down. Like that was a crab trying to pull my arms off. They didn't know it. They didn't mean to. There was no harm. But I know now, objectively, that is what was going on. And my heart and my leadership and my style of leadership and even my confidence from that point forward was jaded, because I never wanted to outrun anyone else in fear that I would not be making simple, duplicatable systems. And I just thought, that's not fair for me. That's not fair for anyone on the team. So I want all of us to run our race. I want all of us to run as fast as we can and as slow as we need to, but it's your race, and let nobody pull you back down into the bucket if you're trying to crawl out, okay? Don't be a crab. Don't be negative. We know that negative stuff happens sometimes in this business, but do not be a bully and pull others down by focusing on the negative when they themselves are climbing forward. Okay? Don't be a crab. Bye, guys.